I'm sure many of you have seen the latest social media campaign with women posting photos of themselves in black and white, saying they've taken up the latest challenge and of course nominating their friends to do the same. My understanding is that it's relating to some really terrible domestic violence issues that are occurring in Turkey at the moment. Others suggest it's about solidarity amongst women, stamping out sexism, all sorts of very, very important campaigns. I mean, there's domestic violence across the world, things which need to be raised. These are issues which continue to be something which we should put in focus, we should deal with. But I saw something very interesting. Somebody posted that, is it enough just to post a photo? Surely we should take one more step, one more action that if each of us could take, we could certainly bring change and bring about the necessary things that need to do to solve these crises. And I thought that was very profound because it relates very closely to something which I saw in our Parsha this week, Parshat Vaetchanan. It's also Shabbat Nachamu. In Vaetchanan we are told that Moshe Rabbeinu, the actual numerical value of the word Vaetchanan equals to 515. And it says Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, prayed 515 times to God to allow him to enter into the land of Israel. Something which was so important to him, which was so meaningful to him, which was crucial for him to enter. Unfortunately, his request was not granted. But nonetheless, we are told each time he prayed, he became closer to God. He developed as a person. So it wasn't futile, it wasn't in vain. But it did show us that when something is important to a person, what Moshe Rabbeinu showed us was that he did it 515 times. He didn't just say, hey God, can I come into the land of Israel? Or post a photo on social media saying, hashtag let me into Israel. No, he prayed 515 times. And perhaps what we could take from Moshe Rabbeinu is to understand that when there's an issue which, if it's really important to us, we're not going to stop at just posting a photo. And as I said, I post photos about social media campaigns and awareness campaigns. It's important. But if we can all challenge ourselves, a real challenge, to take one more step, perhaps two more steps, to try and implement change, then maybe we can make a real difference. It reminds me of the story of the great Chofetz Chaim, who once sent a delegation of his students to go campaign to the government about a particular issue which was facing the Jewish community. When they came back, they said they were unsuccessful. And he said, did you guys faint when you were told that they were not going to grant your request? And they said no. He said, well, then it didn't really matter to you as much as you think it did. And I think what the Chofetz Chaim was saying was that because they didn't faint, it didn't really bother them that much. Yes, they may have said we're concerned. They may have shared a photo again on social media. But until you faint, it really doesn't harm or hurt you the way maybe it should be doing. And so again, I'm not suggesting we have to do things 515 times. I'm not suggesting we all faint. But perhaps we can take a lesson from the Parsha this week and say, let's just do one more step. If you want to be part of an awareness campaign, if you want to do something which is important to you and you see it on social media, share that, express it. But then challenge yourself to take one more step. And hopefully, as I said, in doing that, we can bring about real change in the world and hopefully create a much more harmonious, peaceful and enjoyable world. Shabbat Shalom and a wonderful weekend ahead.